Okay, you guys, here are our aha moments for this amazing weekend that we just had, and all the incredible things that happened. So let's start with you first. Yeah, how do I do that?
Oh.
Can you?
Oh.
I guess you can't. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so good morning. First of all, I think one of the things that I said that I wanted to get out of this weekend was inspiration to keep going. And I certainly did that because I have just been inspired by each one of these ladies and hearing their stories of what this company has done for them, that it just inspires me to keep going and to keep helping people. And I'm gonna cry, of course, but there's no price that you can put on seeing lives change with this business and what this company has done. Not just, financially for everyone in this room, and I know for our family, but spiritually, just personally growing myself. I'm still growing and learning how to be a leader, and I just love it. That's all I can say. It's just like overwhelming, the inspiration that you get from being at a weekend like this and being around all these amazing ladies. And especially Rhonda, I love her, and I just appreciate her inviting us to come to this, and I
Yes.
appreciate it.
I'm glad you're here.
Okay, Rhonda, you want to go?
I think, more than maybe just like an aha, it was kind of a confirmation of the importance of being together and spending time together. I mean, I believe 100% that we're better together. And my goal, of course, like just in hosting this event, was to provide an experience for everybody that was going to be positive, where everybody could take nuggets and new relationships home with them. But I think it was even greater than that in some of the connections, that were made, and now I'm going to get emotional, but just the understanding that we're all the same, that we're all the same. We all have life, we all have challenges, and we're all overcomers. And when we come together, it just solidifies that, so that you don't feel alone. You don't feel like you're going through something by yourself. You don't feel like you're on an island, and so just the sense of camaraderie, the sisterhood, was really just confirmation for me that this is why we need to do this more often. And I love that we can do it sideline, that it's not upline, downline, that it's literally just all of us who are part of this incredible company. We get to do this together. We get to love each other. We get to support each other. And it's just, just like you said, I can't believe this is my life. This is what we get to do. It's amazing, and all of you are so terrific and so amazing. I've been touched by everybody.
I love you.
Love you too.
Thank you so much for everything.
You got it. My pleasure.
Oh my gosh, so we did this exercise that had certain things listed out. I am body conscious. My husband doesn't support my business. I am insecure. I have mom guilt. There's a list of just all these things. And we did a raise your hand for your sister. So if you, so we passed the papers around, and whatever paper you got, if you had a check mark on there, you raised your hand. And it was just mind-blowing. Two things that I got from that exercise is you're not alone. None of us are alone, and a lot of things that we said on there, a lot of others checked off the same thing. That we compare ourselves to other leaders, there's so many different things that were on there that we were not alone in. And that's one of the things that I think was just wow, I'm not the only one that feels that way. That's huge. Or wow, I'm not the only one that sees, this way. But the one thing that was not checked off for anybody in the room was I feel like I'm alone in this business. Nobody put a check mark on that. And that was so powerful. It was just so powerful to see. Yeah. Nobody feels like they're alone in this business. And I feel like and I say in real life, but in personal life compared to our business life, there's a lot of things that we might feel like we're alone at in personal life. I feel like I'm alone at doing everything for my boys. I feel like, there's different things that you may feel like you're alone at, and you're just nobody understands. But you can come back to like this tribe of women and they understand, like they get it. And like you can come and be like, this is what I'm going through. And they're like, oh, you're not alone, girl. Like, we got that. You're not alone. And so that's huge. It's huge. So that was my aha moment for the,
Yes.
That was
do one
good.
of you guys want to jump in right here? Since there's empty space.
Come on. Come on, beautiful.
Give it area right here.
Yeah.
Look how gorgeous she is.
So hey guys, I think my aha from this weekend has been that, well, so many things, but for a quick little blurb, is that you touched on it a little bit, like you're not alone, and while I don't feel that I'm alone either in this business, but sometimes you feel like you have to stay where you are and take care of things for yourself, by yourself, in life and in this business. And when you allow yourself to be part of a tribe, like you don't keep yourself so isolated and away from other people, and you get yourself into groups like this, like there's power in proximity, and you realize that that while you may be strong, you still need those people in your corner to just keep you lifted up, keep you encouraged, keep you to keep going. And who's to say you're not going to be that blessing to somebody else? If you stayed away, you might be, robbing somebody of that also. So it's just me and how I personally feel about that. Sometimes I feel like, I just want to do everything by myself and all that. And sometimes that will work, but I realize that when I get around all these amazing friends and this tribe, and how good it feels to be lifted up and to know that there's others out there just doing the same thing as you, plugging away, and they want to do it with you. We have someone in this business, Cami, she says, we're in business for ourselves, obviously, because we're trying to better ourselves and our families, but we're not by ourselves. And so I love that we get to do this together and come together like this as family and friends. I just love it so much. And so that's my takeaway from this weekend. And obviously I could share so much more because it's been so much fun, but that is just what I love. So yeah.
Yay.
Hi.
Julia?
So this has been my first weekend of something like this, like a retreat like this. And I knew I was going to come and have fun, but I had no idea the relationships that would be built and just these connections and friendships that I feel like are lifelong. So I'm so excited about that. And I came at a bit of a crossroads that I'm like, what's the next steps for me, my team, my business? And I feel like I'm leaving with a lot of peace of mind that over and over and over I heard, our payoff will come by pouring into our team and pouring into our customers and pouring into our people. And that, I just feel so prepared to move forward to do that.
Awesome. We love you.
So for me, I have a couple, but one of the things that I was nervous about coming here was I've only had 2 weekends where I've had girls' weekends before in my life. I've never had a group of girlfriends that I felt comfortable with. I've never had a group of girlfriends I could trust. And all 3 of my girls' weekends have been with people from this company. And it's just the most amazing feeling to find your tribe, to find people to get you and that think like you do and that are passionate about what you're passionate about. And I really got out of this weekend the energy. Like I constantly back home was feeling like I'm so hyped up about this company and this opportunity and these products, and people weren't getting it. And I was feeling like maybe I had to tone it down, and now I'm just gonna be louder than ever because it's so amazing, and seeing firsthand what this opportunity can do for people financially, but also personally, right? It's just mind blowing. So I just can't wait to get home and share it all with my team.
Yay. Okay, well, mine was, I feel like, oh gosh. Mine was
Right?
honestly two things. The friendships, y'all, I just love, of course I'm blue and I love that anyway, but I love that, we are all so different, and I was just we all need that. I need more of this. I need more of this. I need more of what each of you have. And so I love stuff like this because, yeah, we're coming to hang out and learn and grow. But I feel like it's I need some of what you have. It's we're borrowing each other's strengths, and combining our strengths and differences and whatever, and making you know, like a better self. Like, I just love that. Like, I love the friendships, of course, like, but that, like, just that, like, hey, you're doing this, like, and this is what you're good at. Okay, I want to borrow some of that, you know, like, I don't know. I really needed that. Like, I needed some of the green. I needed some of the, like, red and the yellow and, like, yeah, I do. But then also, too, like, even though I knew this, like, just doing it, like, this is a business, y'all. This is a business. And so when someone says, how is your business? And we're like, oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I said last night, like, if someone said, like, how was your business? Like, how's your business going, Lauren? And all of us were out. And I was like, it's okay. Wouldn't you all be like, it's okay?
It's just okay.
What do you mean? Like, tell them what you did. Like, you know? Like, tell them, like, my company did, you know, $50,000 in sales last month. Like, my, you know, company did, you know, my business, like, we did 100,000 in sales last year or whatever. Like, this is a business, you guys. And in any other business, if you're going to invest or go there or whatever, you're going to look at their credentials, right? So, like, what are ours? Like, share that. Like, it's just like that was like, even though I knew that, it's like, it was a real big aha. Yeah. Yeah. And I talk it up like it's fun. It's amazing. It's, you know, because I'm blue. I'm like, it's fun. These are amazing people. But, like, it's a business. And so, like, if we want to be taken seriously, I love when people, you know, corporate says that. Cammie and Pam, like, are you asking people to, like, come and work part-time and have fun?
Yeah.
Or are you like, let's work this, like, from your phone and, like, make some money?
Well, like when you say, when somebody says, you know, how's your business going? You know, how's it going? And you say, great. Oh my gosh, I think. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
They sound like they're really hurting each other.
They're fighting over a
But,
bone.
you know, you say, oh my gosh, yeah, our team brought in over $2 million in sales last month.
Yes,
They're gonna go, what?
exactly.
What? Yeah.
That's something that the people from a corporate job or from a regular can understand more than just, it's fun.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, okay, like, yeah, they're like, yeah, it's fun, okay. But when you bring it into that terms, like, you know what? Yeah, my team is rocking. We did 10,000 in sales last month.
That's right.
They're gonna be like, huh?
$10,000 worth of those keto.
Yeah, like they're gonna be like, what? Like, you know what I mean? And that was my aha, really, because we are a team, like, right? Like, we're a company, we're a whatever. And so anybody else's company would be doing that, like going there and saying, like, yeah, you know, yeah, like, yeah. And so I just feel like that's something that I really am taking away too, like the confidence in myself. Like, yes, y'all, like I am, like I'm good, I'm good. But the confidence in my business, like in y'all, we are learning to be leaders and everything, but like this business works, right? Like this business has helped us. So.
Add to that, one thing that really changed my business when I started thinking exactly what she's saying, and even when people ask you, like, who are you, what do you do, you know, well, I'm the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company.
Yeah.
Because we are.
Yeah.
You know, and so why do we think small and play small? When we should be, you know, the CEO of our multi-million-dollar company. I mean, I have $1 million business.
Yeah.
So I had to really grow into that. That was something hard for me to do because I do tend to shrink. And like, oh yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's okay.
How's your business? Oh, it's fine.
You know, and even with my husband, when I first made like over $100,000 for the first time, it took me 5 years to get there, okay? But when my husband realized, he's like, do you realize how much money you made last year? And literally all I did that summer was float around the pool, on the phone, literally, and just talk, and people would be like, oh, it doesn't really work, and I'm like, it's too hard, and I'm like, really? Because I'm just floating around the pool talking to you right now.
Literally.
Like, it's not that hard.
Literally.
So when he said, you know how much money you made last year? I was like, no, not really. And he's like, you made this amount, and I'm like, wow, really? Little old me? And he's like, yeah, do you know how long I've been in the industry that I'm in and how long it took me to get to that point? Like 10, 20 years, I don't remember now. I was like, wow, I think I'm doing pretty good then, right? So that is the thing that's just like, just don't play small. And I know I still have a tendency to do it.
One thing for me this weekend that I've really noticed is, and that I've taken away, is that we are our own worst enemies.
Yes.
We talk ourselves down off the ledge of possibility, And like for me, I think I've told myself too many times, you're not worthy of that. You're not worthy of that. Even though in my mind I'm like, or in my heart, I should say, oh yeah, you're worthy, but my mind, it's not connecting with my heart. And then coming to something like this weekend has opened up my eyes that everybody else has kind of probably told themselves they're not worthy too, but they fought past that. I mean, some are still pushing past it, but they've got people behind them to help them through that. And so for me, it's been one of those things where I'm like, I'm not gonna talk small anymore. I'm gonna talk so big that my dreams are gonna explode because they're just like so crazy. and I don't just want that for myself. I'm very red, competitive. But I want that for my team. I want them to be here too. I want this to overflow into them and to pour into them because I want it so badly for them that I've realized, I gotta want it just as bad for myself. And so that's one of those things. I'm not playing small anymore.
My aha for her though too was in our group. She said, well, what was your goal in business or whatever for the month? And she was like, well, it used to be that I wanted to go diamond, but now it's that I want 3 people to go ruby. And I was like, isn't that the same thing? And she goes, exactly. Yeah. And that was big. It's yeah. She's like, I'm yeah, right? Like that's such a simple thing, but that was such a big aha for her.
You did your live video in the team page, what was it, 4 weeks ago, about your story, and you said, stop chasing your promotion, start focusing on changing lives. And you know what? I heard that, but I didn't hear it like really until this morning when I was like going over, how can I maximize, growing in my paycheck, but also, running after a goal. And it's like, put the daily chart away. Like just put it away and focus on, changing those each individual lives and helping them make those milestones for themselves, and all of that kind of does itself. And it's like, okay, now I hear it.
Yes.
Right.
Now I talk about it because I'm like, it's so true. Like when you shift and the thing is like, for me, I feel like almost like ignorant. Like I've known this because guys, I've been in direct sales a long time prior to It Works, and I would listen to Zig Ziglar for hours, and he would always say, if you help other people get what they want, then you're gonna get what you want. And I would instill that in my team that I was with at the time. And I would talk about it, and I would listen to it, and I'm like, guys, take notes, like blah, blah, blah. And I would check their notes, like, okay, great, you wrote down, you will help get people. And so I'm instilling that in people. But then when I got here, it was like, I'm gonna go diamond, and I didn't go diamond because I wasn't helping people get what they want.
Yeah.
And so I didn't ever get what I wanted because I was not helping other people get what they wanted. And that's why I'm so big on and it's hard because I'm telling my team that. And they're like, yeah, well, but I'm not going to get to this. And I'm like, that's the thing, is it's not about you. It's not about you. Like, where's this girl's emerald chart? Where's this girl's ruby chart? Where's this girl's executive chart? Because that's what it's about. And I just feel like I scream about it, and people are like, I'm passionate about it, and they're like, well, and I'm like, no, I'm telling you, your business will change 100%, 100%, because God sees that, and he blesses that, because those are his people. We're his people, and when you pour into and help his people, he blesses that tenfold, 100% believe in that.
Preach. And there's a difference between, saying, help others, do it for others, but in your head you're like, help me, help me, help me. It's like, it's got to be the same on both ends.
Which at least in this business, it is like, hey, if you help others, you're going to be helping yourself. At least, unlike in other, businesses where it's like, hey, work for my CEO and just make them some money so that, they can go on vacation while we're still all here, filing these paperwork. So I do love at least that, but it is like a mind shift thing and everything. So, okay, Bree, tell us yours.
My aha moment.
Yeah, just what you got out of this weekend, or what you're gonna take to work this month or anything.
I think what I took away from it is the sisterhood. That's something that you can try to create from having your team pages, and everybody on your team, you guys can talk to each other, voice memos, whatever it is. But when you're together with your tribe, it's just so powerful, and it makes you feel like you can just conquer the world. You can help so many people, and it's the emotions. Like, we've had so many emotions come out of everybody, and to just get to know each other and their backstory, and doing, I heard somebody else talking about the checklist for stand up for your sideline sister. Like, everything that you're going through and you think about, everybody else is too. Like, even, you know, us as ambassadors, we doubt ourselves sometimes. We struggle. We think that maybe we're not worthy or we can't come back from something, but you can. You can. And when you're together with so many other people that have been through the same thing, it's just so reassuring. And then I'm probably going to cry, but there
she is. There she is.
aha moment is being with you, because you are just the strongest person, and I admire you so much, and I love you. And you, like, your Me Too Boo tribe is like, that has touched me in like so many ways after reading Rachel Hollis, and then you forming this. Like, I think that I'm your #1 cheerleader, and I just love you so much. I love you. Like, seriously. Yeah, you're welcome.
That means a lot.
You're welcome.
I know.
Sorry, but it's true.
Like, I'm surprised that I'm falling.